Hoodie guy coming back here with another Casa video. All right, well, that's a funny meme. The old grandpa saying Altseason's coming, the nurse putting him to bed. Right here, though, we got the Fed tool giving the chance of rate cuts. Right now, I guess, I don't know, maybe I didn't need to refresh this. Last time I thought it was 97%, but somewhere like 97, 99% for a rate cut in a couple weeks. But what's more interesting, I think, and that could help kick off altcoin season, maybe a little run up to that. But when you go to the October 29th projections on the CME Fed Watch tool, they're projecting 55% chance of another rate cut. Now, these can change. Some market news could come out tomorrow, and this could be down to 70, 60%. And then the chances of a one in October could be nothing. But, it's worth considering right now this Fed Watch tool, which seems to be fairly accurate. Now, it's constantly changing, so you got to watch it every day, is pricing in two of them. So if that happened, that could maybe set up something for October, November, with an altcoin season potential top. I don't know. We'll talk a little bit more about that, what a few other people are saying. Bitcoin dominance is still holding strong, about 58.6. The dollar is still holding strong at 98.2. You have household debt, non-income debt. I saw something of the credit card debt is an all-time high in the United States. You can see non-housing debt, $5 trillion. This is Q1 of 2024, so this is last year. The Fed, New York Fed, housing debt 13.3 trillion. It's you can see that the last 20 years it's just going up and to the right. Basically, it did pull back a little bit after 2008 financial crisis. I was trying to find a chart that had the credit card debt on it, but this is what I got. You got Bitcoin treasury companies loading up now. Some of these weaker ones could be vomiting the Bitcoin back onto the market when times and prices go down, especially if they're buying here at 100, 120. If the prices go back and say that the 200 week moving average is 70,000 right now, I think it's 52,000, but say the prices go up and the 200 week moving average climbs up to 60, 70,000. So far in Bitcoin's history, it's never went below the price that Bitcoin was on the day of the presidential election. So that would be like 69,000. But those rules are always broken. Like it's never hit new all-time high prior to the halving, which it did this cycle. But the treasury companies have 1 million Bitcoin, obviously most with MicroStrategy or strategy. Now, cryptocurrently, which he's been talking about more of an early cycle. Now, if you go back and look at some of his videos from earlier this year, late last year, he was talking more maybe about a cycle that was this summer. So now his early cycle scenario would be basically probably October-ish, which would be more of a normal cycle top. But then you got this guy, Crypto Michael or Michelle. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. But he's basically saying that altcoin season hasn't even started. If you look back, it's basically we're at where it is on the pre-halving year or the halving year, not the post-halving year. So we're basically like a year behind, according to his theory, that we're just getting going and we're looking at like another year to year and a half or something. I'm not saying that's just his opinion. You can see, and there's some people who think we've already topped. Now, what's interesting was when you see, obviously Bitcoin University's made a couple. He's made a couple different videos on Caspa. Now he's really focused on the Bitcoin Core and Bitcoin Knots, and they're really focusing on the child porn stuff, which isn't even that much of an issue on there. Maybe some's been uploaded, but it's not really that much of an issue. They're using more extreme talking points, in my opinion, that at the end of the day, Bitcoin I see as more of a decentralized computer network, but that's not really the point right here. Is can Caspa beat Fartcoin? So he did that 5 days ago, and I'm just kind of wondering why, Bitcoin is so much larger than Caspa that why even really do you feel the need to make a video? And he's obviously using his influence to push people to Bitcoin Knots, and that's fine if you want to run Bitcoin Knots. I think it's probably good that you have people running Core and Knots. Probably be good to get a third and fourth option in there as well. More developers, things like that. That doesn't change the consensus, but a little bit different tweaked versions. But the fact that he's made a Caspa video and keeps making some Casper videos once in a while. He's either bored and wanted some content, or you can see on X, you feel like there's a little bit more Casper curious people in the Bitcoin community. And, so it seems like he feels like the need to talk up to try to steer people away from it. Now, you don't see the price reflection getting too crazy. Basically, Caspa's following the market. Probably the base case is Caspa follows the market, and the bull case is it outperforms the market. But just interesting. Well, let me know when you think altcoin season. Do you think September's historically not a great month for Bitcoin, but August was not as good as it has been in the post-halving years, so everything's up in the air in terms of what's going to happen. But we knew that there's a good chance that we're going to get a rate cut in a couple weeks, and even the possibility of one next month. And just get your game plan together. Don't slut shame anyone for selling. We're all playing a different game. I'm not going to make anyone feel bad for hodling or selling, and personally I'm going to take profit. That's my plan. I know someone attacked me last video or the video before saying basically you can't wait to sell. You know what? I've been waiting for 2 years to sell. Basically, the first time I messed around with Caspa was 2.5 years ago, but most of my position was taken in October of 2023, with some more, the rest of it in the middle of last year. So I've been basically patiently waiting a couple of years to take my altcoin position profits, and that's the game plan that I've been sticking to, and that's what I've been saying in videos. So I don't think it's, even if you believe in something long term, if someone's going to take profit, don't make them feel bad for it, in my opinion. Doesn't mean they don't like the project. It's just, we got to do what we got to do. We're playing our own game, and if you can make your life better in the short term, that's what I'm trying to do. Remove some of the life stress, for the family. So, all right, man. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.